If you're selling on Amazon, you're going to want to pay close attention. We're about to break down Amazon's intellectual property policy. Now, these are the rules that can make or break your business, so yeah, it's pretty important. Let's dive in.
Look, let's not sugarcoat this. The stakes are incredibly high. Getting this wrong isn't just a slap on the wrist. We're talking about your listings getting yanked, your money getting frozen, and yeah, your entire seller account getting shut down for good.
You need to burn this phrase into your brain because it's the absolute foundation of how Amazon operates. On their platform, you are 100% responsible for knowing the rules. Pleading ignorance just won't fly. It's never going to save your account. So you've got to understand this stuff.
Okay, so how do you actually stay safe? Well, the first piece of the puzzle is something every single seller deals with: copyright. This is all about the creative stuff you make for your listings. You know, your pictures and your descriptions. So what is copyright? Simply put, it protects original creative work. For you, that means the photos you take of your product, any videos you shoot, and all that text you write to sell it. Bottom line, if you made it, you own it. It's yours. The line here between what's okay and what's not is crystal clear. The safe path? You create your own stuff. You take your own pictures. You write your own words. The danger zone? Grabbing anything from anywhere else. Images from Google, photos from a brand's website, text from another seller's listing. That is a surefire way to get an infringement claim. Let me give you a perfect real-world example of this. So the brand Pinzon, they spend good money on professional photos for their bed sheets. Now, say you're selling a similar generic sheet and you think, hey, those are great photos, and you use them. Boom. That is textbook copyright infringement. And trust me, Amazon's bots and brand lawyers are scanning for exactly this 24/7. Now, here is a super important detail right from Amazon's terms of service that trips a lot of sellers up. When you upload a photo that you took, you're actually giving Amazon a license to use it on that product listing. So what does that mean? It means if another seller comes along and sells the exact same product under the exact same ASIN, they can use your photo. It really just hammers home why you have to only upload content that you own free and clear. All right, next up, trademarks. We're moving on from your creative work to the identity of the products themselves. We're talking about the brand names, the logos, all the things that tell a customer, hey, this is the real deal. A trademark is basically a product's ID badge. It tells you who made it. It could be a brand name, like Amazon Basics, or a logo, like that famous swoosh, or even a tagline. Its whole job is to stop customers from getting confused about where a product came from. Using trademarks the right way is actually pretty simple. If you're selling a genuine pair of Nike shoes, you absolutely should use the word Nike in your title. That's just being honest. But if you're selling some generic, no-name speaker, you can't just slap Amazon Basics in the title to get more clicks. That's a huge violation. So, what do you do if your product is made to work with a big brand's item? This is so important. You can't call your generic charging cable an Amazon Basics USB cable. But what you can say is that it's a USB cable compatible with Amazon Basics speaker. See the difference? Those two little words, compatible with, are your magic key. They keep you honest and they keep you within the rules. Okay, everybody lean in for a second. I really need you to pay attention here because we're about to talk about the one violation that Amazon has absolutely zero patience for. This is the express lane to getting your account permanently suspended. We are talking about counterfeiting. This isn't just misusing a name in a title. No, this is when you actually put a brand's name or their logo directly onto a fake product or its box. Like some random shoes from a local factory with a Nike swoosh glued on. Amazon's policy here is severe and it is immediate. Your account gets suspended and your funds get blocked. Just don't even think about it. All right, so we've covered your listing content and the branding. IP protection also covers the physical product itself. And this is where things like patents and design rights enter the picture, protecting both how a product works and how it looks. A patent is all about protecting an invention, how it works, its technology, or some unique mechanism. So for example, if you're sourcing a product that has some kind of special locking feature, you have to be sure your manufacturer actually has the rights to use it. If they don't, you could be the one on the hook for patent infringement. Now, a design right, which is sometimes called a design patent, is totally different. It has nothing to do with how something works. It's all about how it looks. This could be the really unique shape of a perfume bottle or a specific pattern on a suitcase. If that look is registered, you can't just copy it. That's a violation.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about how to stay out of trouble. But what happens if, despite your best efforts, you get that dreaded performance notification in your inbox? Well, now it's time to switch gears from prevention to reaction. You need a crisis plan. Think of this slide as your emergency playbook. If a brand owner files a complaint directly against you, your very first move should be to contact them, figure out the problem, and ask them to retract the complaint. For a trademark or, heaven forbid, a counterfeit claim, Amazon wants paper. They want your supplier invoices and any letters of authorization you have. And for copyright, you need to show them proof that you own that photo or that text. Now, if things get really serious and your whole account gets suspended, you need to write a formal plan of action. Don't panic. Here's what you do. First, gather up all the ASINs that are involved. Second, collect every single invoice and authorization letter you have. This is your evidence. Third, you write an appeal clearly explaining what you did to fix the root cause. And finally, you submit all of it through Seller Central. All right, to bring it all home, let's distill everything we've talked about into one simple but really powerful checklist. Think of these as the golden rules that will keep your Amazon business safe. Here it is. Number 1, use your own images and text, period. Number 2, only sell 100% authentic, genuine products. 3, be super careful with brand names and always remember those magic words, compatible with. 4, never ever misuse a logo. And finally, number 5, keep all your invoices and proofs of authenticity. They are your best defense if anything ever goes wrong. And that brings us right back to where we started. This isn't just a rule, it's a mindset. You have to be proactive about this stuff. It's the only way you're going to build a business that lasts on Amazon. So, I'll just leave you with this one question. After hearing all of this, I want you to take a good, hard, honest look at your own listings, your own products, and your own processes. Is your business really protected?